Roofing is the best job in the world.
Plasterers are here. You can see the tiling is going on leaps and bounds.
So we've got the floor down.
The edit's going to make it look amazing, isn't it?
So what I'm going to do is just plop that straight in there, right down to the bottom as far as my arm will reach.
Now that's a clean trail, that is, I tell you.
People for some reason thought that we'd use internal plaster outside. No, have a word.
It is a little bit of an afterthought.
See, it's so dodgy in stage when we're doing it like this.
Right, so we've got the floor down. Took me and John about a day and a bit just to get it all down. We're obviously dealing with older materials here. These are actually recycled floor joists, so unlike the other room that you saw us doing, we didn't upcycle them from another job. These were actually bought in for this floor, so it's actually a bit nicer to put these down. Used all the old traditional cut class nails, got them all obviously running in nice lines, and then we've got the floor sanders coming Thursday, so in 2 days time, and they're going to get a really nice finish on this for us and then put a lacquer down afterwards. But in preparation for them coming, we've obviously got knots in the floors and like small holes in them, so I've just been going along underneath and then patching them up so that obviously when they come to do the repair job on the holes that they've got something to put their lacquer into or whatever they do. But I think it's a bit of resin and sawdust, so just so it doesn't all seep through into the basement. So that's my final bit on the floor, and then this room's pretty much ready to go for them, and then we can go along and put all the skirting boards on and then get Brad in to paint it, so all good.
Right guys, so we're just doing some final little bits now. The plasterers are here. They're starting in the kitchen, getting all that ready for us, and Pete is just working out up here. We did have a bit of an issue to get over with these steels, because that obviously reduced the height of the ceiling. We didn't want these doors to be lower than the ones next door, so what we've done is batten the ceiling down so this all runs through nicely and gets over the steel. But what we're going to be doing in here is basically putting an electric blind in there. This box that Pete's creating, the blind's going to sit in there, which will then hide this detail, this little bulkhead, and make it look as if it was meant to be, isn't it, Pete? It'll be nice, it'll be nice. Right, next door, plasterers are working away in there, which is awesome, because as soon as they've done that room, we can clear everything else out, get ourselves set up in there, and then in a few weeks get the kitchen fitted, which is a massive leap forward. The guys are outside. Will, the roofer's here doing some lead work, so make sure you pop out and see him. Alex is cracking on with the tiles. We've got James and Ian doing a bit of clearing down because we're going to start digging the rest out ready for the drive. And we've got Phil at the front doing some decorating, and also Ben doing some rendering at the front as well. Yeah, it's all going on. Better crack on with it.
How's it going, guys? Will the roofer here, back with A&E. It's been a while, but yeah, I'm back here getting some snagging done. If you put your head just over that corner there, you'll see that I'm getting some lead work in there. Now this is next door that we're getting in, and we're just basically sealing this edge down here for them and making it look pretty. So yeah, I've got this bit I've got to do here. I've got a bit over there I've already got done, if you have a look. And then I've got another sneaky little bit just around that corner over there. I'm just going to crack on with this bit down here. Like I say, that one's done. Then I'm going to jump on that one there, get a bit of scran in my belly, and then fingers crossed. Well, no, I don't know why I'm lying. I'm not going to get it done today. I'll probably get this done tomorrow, maybe Friday. So yeah, oosh! Go and get it, everybody. Have a spectacular day. Roofing is the best job in the world. I love roofing. Hashtag I love roofing. We do this little bit here to clean the lead so we can get a nice good stick on the lead. And if you look, it's already curved and already cut, because when this goes in, it's going to go in like a glove. Just like that, you see? Zoom in a second here, bro. You're gonna love this. Let's turn it down a little bit so she's not so angry. Have you noticed us men always call things women's names, you know. Oh, be gentle to me, darling. Be good to me, girl. Just like my van. God, I miss that van. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Right guys, so this is the main lounge area and you can see we've got the floorboards down. So we've got these from a reclamation place in Daventry and they're absolutely mint. We do believe that these used to be joists and they've been ripped down and converted into floorboards because there was no nail holes in them, so they obviously weren't floorboards previously, but they're really nice. They're 240mm wide, so a nice wide board. Yeah, basically tomorrow we've got the floor sanders coming in and they're going to start restoring this to its pristine glory that we would expect. We've got a few test panels done so we can see what colour we're going to go for. It's going to be like an oaky effect sort of colour. So they're going to get this room done Thursday, Friday, and then what we'll do is then on Monday we'll move everything into here, all the consumables and all that sort of stuff, get the floor protected first, get everything into this room, and then we'll free the other rooms up for them the following week. It's going to look really nice in here, we're really looking forward to this. And once this floor is done as well, we can then get the skirting round, we can get the door on, and then this is another room wrapped up, ready for the decorator. The coving's already been done around here, and we've also got our ceiling roses up. So yeah, smashing it. It's good, we like it, we like it.
Bash. Right, last thing for me to do now. Got to point this up in here. And then I'm also going to cut this bit off of here because we don't want a drip hanging down. We're just basically all we're doing is keeping this bit up here watertight. So I'm just going to cut this off of here now so it's nice and flush with the brickwork. Perfection. See you in a minute. Anybody who knows me knows I don't normally use this, but I've left my tools on the other job because I don't have a van. I don't want to keep going on about the van, but you know, oh, poor van. So yeah, so basically I'm using Al's trowel and I'm using a bit of slate to scrape my muck off. Now that's a clean trowel, that is, I tell you. Right then, so let's start in here, shall we? So we've got to point this all the way along here now.
Right then guys, so we're up on the roof. Not only can you see Will's wonderful workmanship, but also we've just got this gutter on. So we've gone for the cast iron effect. It is a plastic gutter, but it's cast iron effect, and you can never really tell the difference in this stuff. It is brilliant, it's nice textured, so it does actually look like cast iron. We put this on purely because obviously rain is just falling down everywhere when it does rain. Hopefully there's not going to be any more rain now. But what we're going to do temporarily until the decoration's done is just put some of our elephant trunk in on the outlet over that side. So any water that does come off the roof will just go straight down and we can put it in the drain that we've made provisions for right at the bottom in that light well. So this is another good job done. The decorator may decide that he wants to take it off. We have done a lot of preparation work and painted this fascia already, but he might want to do a little bit extra. So if we need to pop it off, we can, it's no biggie, but it just protects everything else in the meantime from the rain. That is it for up here now. We just got a corner spot on up there once the render is finished, and then that's it. We can crack on, get all this cleared down, and then this is ready then for the decorator, who will hopefully be coming very soon. No pressure, Sean. So this is Brad. He is doing our decoration inside the property and he's spraying it. So we're going for the absolute flawless finish in here, and Brad is exceptional when it comes to getting that factory finish. He's doing loads of prep work to make sure it's absolutely mint for ready when he sprays. Right guys, so we're in the garden. You can see the tiling is going on leaps and bounds. Will is just up there, just chilling. He's getting on with a bit of lead work that needs to be done at that edge. It's a little bit dodgy, but Will's the man to do that. I've seen you in some precarious situations, so we won't go into that anyway. Right. Inside, the guys are smashing the ceiling on. They've got all the insulation done today, and now they're just getting the fireboard on the ceiling. Like I mentioned before, all the ceilings in the basement are going to be fireboarded, just regs, and also just extra bit of security around the steels, all that sort of stuff. Right, so in here, James is going to be carrying on with this batten. We've already talked about this. We can't dab onto this membrane. You need the felt stuff to do that. So what we've done is battened onto here so we can screw our plasterboard straight to it. It's all done down here. We just need to finish that last little bit up there. We can't go right the way up because we don't know exactly how the stairs are going to land, the new set of stairs. So we've just gone up to a nominal point and then they can be trimmed off or extended as they need to. In here, Pete is just clearing up. Hi Pete.
Hello mate, how you doing?
Hi. Good, thanks. Right, so what's going on up here, mate? What you been doing?
Basically, I've put this notch out in to receive a box that's going to be for the blind, the electric blind that we're going to be installing. So going to finish level with this plasterboard work. There's going to be a driver in here.
Yeah, the driver for the motor, yeah.
A driver for the motor in here. And basically I'm going to make it oversized but bring it to the same level as the structure so we can just plaster up to it as we need to and finish it off with some end caps when it's all in situ. So that'll be a nice tidy job, that will. So
nice. And it will make it look like this slight little thing was always meant to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, well, it's one of those things, isn't it? You come across the problems, you've got to come up with a solution, haven't you? You know, and it is a little bit of an afterthought, but the fact of the matter is it's an afterthought that will turn out and make the job look nice. So that's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Like you say, there's always issues that you've got to come over, isn't there? So.
Absolutely. So, like I say, I'll make the box tomorrow, get that are we getting it installed?
We'll get it installed before the plaster and then
we'll just take it from there.
nice, mate, nice.
Then obviously a little bit of studs to return, ready to take the dab on these two cheeks.
Yeah.
And that's this room done, and also I've just finished wrapping up in that front room there, so we'll have a little look in there when you're ready.
Have a little gander.
That's
awesome.
Nice one.
Let's go and see. Pete's been doing some amazing craftsmanship. Hi Pete again. Oh, hello, look at this, as if by magic we're in two places at once.
That's it, the edit's going to make it look amazing, isn't it? Right, so past couple of days I've just been doing some curvature work in this alcove, machined this out of ply, kept it to the original shape of the existing arch. Couple of uprights just made out of 2x1 batten, and then jointed a couple of bits of window board, put the horns on it, machined it up, sanded it all nice. I've actually gone to the, you know, not bragging, but
I don't know how to put this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
went to the trouble of machining pellets to cover the screw holes. You know, I think that's a better job than filler work.
Yeah, definitely. You always see it, don't you?
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter how after a couple of layers of paint. Well, to be fair, if you know what you're looking for, you'll always see it. But I think, you know, being a builder,
hides it.
Well, being a builder, you always pick up on stuff like that. But this is just a good way of hiding it. So, going to be plasterboarded. I think we're going to use Habito, so we can maybe put some shelves in there.
Yeah.
So.
And then form that arch at the top as well.
Yeah,
loads of scores at the back of the board, get that in.
Whether it's done with that method or done by mesh is another thing, isn't
Yeah.
it? But that's down to, that will probably be down to you,
The
won't it?
plasterers.
Yeah, you. That's it. So, no, so we're pleased with the way it turned out. It's a nice little feature.
Yeah, it's a good way of using the space, isn't it?
That's
really?
it, and
Otherwise it's going to
obviously-
be just lost. And...
Yeah, that's it. And it just seemed a shame to just, I mean, there was talk about going straight over it and just keeping the thing simple, but I think with a space like this, when you've got lots of awkward turns and angles, you need to utilise as much storage as you possibly can, and this is just a good way of doing it. So little underneath there, I think there's either going to be a small cupboard or a drawer there, so once again a little bit more storage for books or whatever people want to put in
Shoes,
there.
anything,
Yeah. Oh, that's
people.
it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So a little bit of insulation to finish off there, bit of fiberglass to put round here, and then that's this. Once again, this is this room all wrapped up, ready for the plasterers, so they can just go for it.
And they can
next couple
fly
of
through
days.
it now. Yeah, they've got no excuses.
That's it.
Yeah.
yeah.
We're well out of their way.
That's it. So and then we can move upstairs and start getting that all put together. So that'll be a good job done.
Exactly. Skirting on, architrave, doors, and then
Yeah. So little trip to the door
Door
place in a
store.
couple of days.
Yes.
So that'll be good, won't it?
very nice. Right, cheers, Pete.
No worries, mate.
Till
All
a
the
bit.
best. Ta-da.
See, it's so dodgy in stage when we're doing it like this. Yes, bye, Peter.
Yes.
See you next week. Thank you very much.
Will you be coming down to my house this evening?
Yeah, shall we have tea and biscuits? Right, so what we're doing down here is making preparations for some new cast sills. So you can see up here, we've got this sill detail which runs all the way around, and obviously we need a sill to go up to our windows down here. So rather than it running all the way around, as it does it there, we're just going to literally put a sill on as we've done at the back of the property. So we're just knocking this course of brick off here, and then we're going to basically cast, same profile, same distance away from the wall, same thickness at the end. We're just going to cast something down here, get a nice stone sill, well, not stone, it's going to be a concrete sill. So yeah, just making preparations now. We can get a box set up and then get these poured. More excitingly though, I don't know if you can hear that noise inside, there's something going on. Let's go and see. In here, as I mentioned before, we've got the guys from Regency Flooring. Hopefully you can hear me. I'll hold it a bit closer. We've got the guys from Regency Flooring and they're getting the floor sanded. I don't want to walk in because I might get upset if I get this floor dirty. But he's there working away with his first pass on the sander. We'll get that down to a certain level and then he'll polish it with a less grit sandpaper. So he's got these belts which are really coarse. These are 36 grit, so very, very coarse. And then it'll obviously go up the grade to get it a nice smooth finish and then they'll be lacquered off. So yeah, he's going to smash through that. It's very noisy in here and I haven't got any ear protection on, so I'm going back out there. Bring out your dead. Okay, ready? Right then guys, so you saw that we got the guttering on. We were just waiting to do this return around here until the bit in there was finished basically, and Will had finished off this verge on this side. So now we've got our return on. What we're going to do, because obviously this is all going to be decorated, we're just going to put some temporary gutter in to take any water that does come to this gutter straight down and exit out into the drainage, which will be the drainage in future. So yeah, we're literally just got some of this stuff which is called elephant trunking. I'm assuming that's the real name. That's what we'll call it anyway. Just duct taped onto here. We've got a bit of scrap down pipe so we can just screw this in and then we don't have to tape anything to the nice gutter that we've got. And we don't have to mess around trying to get the glue off because it's a bloody nightmare with the duct tape. So I'm just going to screw this on now and then we can get that cut down the bottom, get it shoved in the hole, and that's it, job done. If anybody's got any safety goggles they want to send me, because I've just lost mine. We're now down at the bottom. This will be eventually, this outlet here will take obviously all the rainwater from the roof and any rainwater which gathers in this light well area. So this is just temporarily taking any water from the roof until the decoration's done, and then we can put the proper downpipe on and get that all plumbed in nicely. But yeah, for now this will more than do. We use this quite often because it's really good stuff, just flexible, you can move out of the way, it doesn't get in your way too much. So what I'm going to do is just plop that straight in there, right down to the bottom as far as my arm will reach. That's it, job done, let's go nowhere. And like I say, any rainwater that does come down off the roof will now be caught in the gutter rather than going all over the front of the house. Go down there, goes through the house, out the back, through into that drain, the one that we don't talk about, and that's it, it's gone. Right, let's crack on. So, as you've just seen from the time lapse, we've got a sanded floor. It looks very good, I'm very impressed with this. He's obviously done some filling and various bits which needed filling, so he's just got to do one more pass tomorrow, and then he's going to be getting the lacquer on. So we are using basically a rapid set. It's 12 hours until you can get on it, which normally it's 3 days once they've done the treatment on this, but this stuff is special and it enables us then to get onto it the following day so we can carry on working. It was a little bit more expensive, but when you consider the downtime needed for the other stuff, 3 days rather than 12 hours, it's definitely worth it. So yeah, that's basically it really. He's literally just got to go over it again, finish, and then on Monday we'll come in, cover all the floor with our ram board, and then we can crack on in here, get the skirtings on, get the door swung, and then this is another room ready for the decorator. Yes, we're getting there, we're very much getting there. Right guys, so last night as you saw we got these on and we've left them till this morning to toughen up, so we can now strike all of this shuttering that we made and see what it's like. I'm not expecting this to be perfect when I take it off. The top still needs finishing, it's still green, so I can still float this up and rub it up. So like I say, I'm not expecting it to be perfect, but we shall see. So the mix for this, because it's being painted, we didn't have to go to a specific colour. The one at the back that Alex did got quite a little bit of interest, shall we say, that people thought it was actual internal plaster that we were using. It was like white cement and sand to make it that colour, to make it look like stone effect. But people for some reason thought that we'd use internal plaster outside. No, have a word. Right, this one is a 3-in-1 mix using normal cement and plastering sand, just to give us a nice smooth finish, because like I said, it's all going to be painted at the front, so we don't need to comply with any sort of colours or anything like that. It just needs to be a nice solid mix. We've also put some plasterer's lath in there as well, some of the mesh that's bedded in there, a few layers of that just to knit everything together and make sure it's nice and solid. So yeah, let's get this off and see what it looks like. Right, front looks all right. We've got a few little holes, which is to be expected. I did use my SDS on the front just to basically vibrate the hell out of it. I couldn't put a vibe in there as such because it would have interfered with all the metalwork that was in there. So I literally just got the SDS on the underside and on the face of it, and it's done quite a good job, to be fair, of getting the air bubbles out. So let's get this out of the way. Now I've got to remember where else I screwed it. That's where we've got to be very careful that we don't pull too much out, because we don't want to damage it. See, we've pulled a little bit away here, which is a bit of a shame. You can see, so another thing which was quite a common comment on the other one was the drip. The drip was cut in afterwards on the sills around the back. This one, because we couldn't get to it, we've actually put some cable in there, and that will then cause the drip. That will be a drip. We literally can't get, well, we could get underneath it, but it'd be a bit of a faff and we'd end up with a lot of crap in our eyes. So that's why we've used a bit of cable. Loads of silicone over my hand now, I love it. And that's formed the drip on the underside nicely. So you can see you've got a little bit of damage there. It's to be expected when you're striking this stuff. There's always going to be a bit because it is still green. Obviously we want it to be green because bits like this we then need to feather in. I'm going to go and get a wipe because this is really annoying me, and then I'll be back. I've cleaned my hands, that's all gone, thank God. Right, now we've got a nice green finish on this, we need to finish it up nicely. So we're literally just going to get the float and float it over. I've got a bit of wet material there that I'm going to grab, so any low spots that we can't fill in, we can fire some in there. But it's just going to be literally a case of rubbing it all over like this, and that will get it nice and flat and make sure we've got a nice decent finish on it. That when it's painted, it's going to look mint, because that's the key. It might look nice now, but when it comes to be painted, you could see it, well, you will see any imperfections that are in it. Mixing up a little bit of fat, I'm just going to apply a bit of water to the surface because it's gone off quite a bit now, and I want to make sure it rubs up easily rather than scraping the hell out of it and being here all day. So literally just a sponge, bit of water on the surface just to wet it off slightly, just to try and bring it back to life a little bit. It has gone off a little bit more than I would have liked, to be honest, but it's still workable. Any bits like this, any hollows, just a bit of fat on, rub it in, that'll bond nicely to the surface, and then by the time I've finished all this, I'll be able to just come back over with a light sponge and seal this surface all off. That's it. So that's feathered in nicely now. I'm just going to repeat the process all the way over, basically. Okay, so now it's all floated in nicely. Now it's time to sponge it up to give the final finish. So using a sponge float like this, it is not a makeup applicator. It is for sponging render. So I'm literally just going to get it, hold it gently like that, and then just rub it over the surface. And what this is going to do is just create a nice little seal. All them swirls that you can see, they're going to go. You can fill those in all nicely, and that's it. Once this is done, it just needs to be left then to cure. It'll take quite a few days to be fully cured because it is quite a chunk of render there. But that's it, then it'll be ready for painting. Job's a good one.